let's talk. So I get messages all the time from people saying to me, Angel, I don't have the resources to live my dreams, or I don't have a spouse, or my job only pays me X amount of dollars. I'm barely able to put gas in my car, or I'm barely able to allow my kids to do anything extracurricular. And I want to share with you guys how to live your dreams when you don't have the resources. For those of you who don't know, I failed the 9th grade 3 times, dropped out of high school, and I was a teenage mom. And I was on welfare, and I also grew up on welfare. So that was my subconscious mind. That was my upbringing. That was my thinking, was lack and just not enough. And then I was watching Oprah, and then I saw Iyanla, and then my life got completely fixed and changed. Iyanla fixed my life. Go watch a couple of my other videos and I tell my complete story. But anyway, so when I was on welfare and I started to realize that that wasn't the life that I wanted, I had to change internally before anything around me could change. And that is like, literally, I could stop this entire video with just that sentence. Change internally first, so your external will change, so your surroundings will change. When I was on welfare and I started to realize that I wanted more from my life, I had to think differently. I had to act like I had to be the woman mentally and imaginally, like I had to imagine it. I know I just made that word up, imaginally, whatever. I had to imagine the woman that I am today when I wasn't her. When I was broke, busted, and disgusted, I had to visualize myself having more than enough money, having a business, having a thriving business, having a good bunch of girlfriends that I can actually call my friends, having a healthy marriage and children and all of that. I had to think of that and be that before any of that could manifest. So how do you live your dreams really and practically when you really don't have any freaking money, you guys? And there was once upon a time that I did not have any freaking financial resources. And the very first thing that I did, because you guys know, in order to get money, you have to do something in exchange for that money. And so for me, the very first thing that I thought about was like, I like to clean houses. So I'm going to start a cleaning business and I'm going to earn money that way. You guys, I have a whole video. It's one of my most watched videos on YouTube, how to start a cleaning business. And I started a cleaning business, you guys, while I was on welfare. So I was on welfare, you guys. I was on welfare getting about $230 something a month in food stamps and $300 something in cash. I don't really remember. It's in one of my other videos. And I was used to that, right? And then so I start cleaning houses and I start making $200 a week and $300 a week and $400 a week. And now I start making a week what I was getting a month from the state. That is a big mindset shift that you have to make. I'm not done. The story does not end there. So I'm making this money that I'm not used to making. And then so eventually my cleaning business starts really thriving and I'm making $800 a week and $900 a week and sometimes $1,000 a week just cleaning houses for less than like 20 hours per week. And so I'm making this money coming from welfare, making $1,000 a week. The average person does not make $1,000 a week. And so I was the average person at that time, because you know, around these parts we are uncommon women. And so at that time I was a very common woman. And so I'm living in this welfare mindset. I start making $1,000 a week. And so I'm like, oh my goodness. So naturally you start making more money. You want to live better, dress better, eat better. So we moved and bought a house and blah, 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 right? So that's the first thing that you have to do in order to live your dreams while you're broke, is you have to start where you are. If you love to do hair in your kitchen. If you love to give advice, start giving advice via video. What I'm doing right now. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? If you love to write resumes, start writing resumes for people. If you love to clean houses, go watch my video and start yourself a cleaning business. If you love to do nails, do nails. Whatever it is that you like to do, start doing it right now on the side. And if what it is that you love to do requires like a traditional training or education, then you have to get a job. Then you have to get a job and earn the money to make that so you can afford to go to get that traditional education or whatever. Listen, the reality is it's possible. That's all you have to know. If you believe it's possible, you will find a way. Period. Point blank. Can I get an amen somewhere around that, or a hand clap or something? If you really, really want to do something, you will make a way. You and I both know when we were out here in the streets and not doing what we were supposed to be doing, and we made a way to get to the club, we made a way to get to that guy's house, we made a way to make those things happen, make that thing happen. So use that same energy, use that same energy and make your dreams a reality. So started my cleaning business. My husband gets a better job. We're doing well, whatever. You guys, long story short, we buy this house, okay? We come into this house that I'm sitting in right now. We've been here since about 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it has been 7 years, you guys. So we go from being on welfare, okay, having a welfare state of mind, being on welfare for a long time, for a lot of years. That is my whole subconscious mind was welfare, to making 6 figures a year. You guys, that is a huge mindset shift that you have to make. And you guys, can I just tell you that when you change your money mindset, it's not just a one-time thing. Like, you're not just gonna watch this video and bam, okay, now I got my money straight. This is something, especially if you grew up anything like me and money wasn't talked about in your house in a good way, or it wasn't taught to you, this is something that it's a muscle, something that you have to work out at all times. So you guys know I've been sitting here in this gorgeous, pretty house for these last 7 years. Well, about 5 years ago, about 2 years into us sitting here in this nice, pretty house, you guys, we almost lost this house. Yes, we almost lost this house because my money mindset went all the way back to, oh my goodness, we're making all this money. I'm going to go shopping. I can pay my bills later, or I'm going to go shopping and I can do this later. And skirt. You guys know 1 month pass, you don't pay your bills, 2 month pass, you don't pay your bills, and things start to catch up with you. It is real out here in these money mindset streets, you guys. So that was about 5 years ago, and thank God. The thing about it, you guys, this is why you have to not be afraid to step out and live your freaking dreams, because of the lessons that you learn from your failures. You guys, when we got into that financial situation 5 years ago, if we were still renting, if we were living in the apartment, we would have been put out. But because we bought this house, the bank was willing to work with us. So that is just a little side note for those of you who are renting. Make it your business to do your best to get into a home that you're purchasing, because you have so much more leeway when life happens to you, whether it be at your fault or if you lose your job or whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it is so real. Like, maintaining a money mindset is something that you have to continuously work on. So how do you do it, Angel? I know you said to find out what you're good at and start doing that, but really, like, what do I do when I end this video? What you do when you end this video is you write down what you're good at. Then you go to your best friend, who you go to all the time. You probably go to this person more, or this entity more than you go to the entity that created it all. Go to Google and just start Googling. Now, this is if you do not have the finance. Even if you do have the money, Google is your best friend. But if you do have the finances, you want to hire somebody that's in that field, that is shown and proven, and that you trust them, and hire them to work with you in that area. But if you do not have the money, remember, we're talking real practical. Remember, I used to be on welfare, so I understand not having those. Read Google, read as many blogs as you can, watch as many videos as you can. But the key is this, is to get started before you think you're ready. If you're passionate about something, you better believe that you have a wealth of knowledge and information already. inside of you, because God gave you that passion, that desire. He also gave you wisdom along with that. So when you go to Google or when you hire somebody, you're just using that to show you, to give you strategy, to give you a more thought out process, or to give you a blueprint of someone who's done it before. But you have the wisdom already inside of you. The wisdom and the knowledge and the expertise is already in you. So start before you think that you are ready. And another thing that I want to share with you guys, for those of you guys who may still be on welfare or just living paycheck to paycheck or just want to really live your dreams, another way to really do this, and you guys know, if you guys have been connected to me for any amount of time, I always talk about acting as if you already have the thing that it is that you desire. When I did not have the finances that we have today, I wanted to be fancy. I wanted to live a luxurious life. And so what I would do is I would get these nice pretty champagne glasses or wine glasses, and I would start drinking water out of them. I would not use any other cup, and I would just be fancy and drink this. Hence why I have this in the video, to be fancy, you understand? And so I would get pretty plates, and then I would just do what I could. If I had $30 extra, I would spend that $30 extra on a pretty wine glass or pretty dishes or whatever it is that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel fancy, that makes you feel like you were going to the next level in your life. It may be a pair of shoes, it may be a belt, it may be a purse, whatever that is. Start getting those little things, and also start acting as if you have it now. If you don't have the Coach purse or the Louis Vuitton bag that you want now, start acting like the one that you got from Marshall's or that cute bag that you got from Target is the Coach bag or the Louis Vuitton bag that you want, that you ultimately want. If you get there in your mind first, it's only going to be a matter of time before you start seeing it in your reality. And how does that really work? That really works because when you get it in your mind and when you start believing it, what you want already exists. The house you want, it already exists. The car you want, it already exists. The man you want, he already exists. But if we focus so much on it's not there, I don't have it, it's not there, I don't have it, I want, nothing can show up for you but what you're saying. You're going to stay in want, you're going to stay in doubt, and you're going to stay in disbelief. But it's there. But when you start believing and start acting as if you're driving the car, acting as if you already start living in the house, what's going to happen is God is going to start giving you ideas. That's how God communicates with us, through our ideas. God is going to start giving you ideas on financial moves to make. And when you make those, when you're obedient and you follow the leading of the Holy Spirit that is inside of you, when you follow that, there is going to be a financial reward for you, but you have to be obedient. And that is the missing link. You have to be obedient to the money ideas that come to you. When you get those money ideas, that's going to give you the earthly provision to go buy the things that it is that you are pretending that you have right now. Did anybody pick up what I just put down? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me guys know what you think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Let me know if this video has helped you. I love you guys so much. You guys can live your dreams and this video is called how to live your dreams while being broke. I really don't like saying that. I just did it as a title. I like saying what Miss Iyanla likes to say, is that we are not broke or broken. We're just temporarily out of cash. So we're just temporarily out of cash. Just say that you are just temporarily out of cash and start studying money. Start watching videos, and don't ignore this. Don't ignore this. Money answereth all, remember? And I know a lot of people don't like that. That's a fact, but money is up there just as important as oxygen, just like Jim Rohn said. So you can live your dreams while you are temporarily out of cash. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget, connect with me on Instagram, my other favorite platform.